News Magazine.
The year was 1963. Mao Zedong had solidified his control of the Communist Party, having successfully eliminated some of his opponents.
Over in Canada, Prime Minister Diefenbaker was replaced by Lester B. Pearson, having lost by a slim margin of votes.
The happy threesome, Peter, Paul, and Mary, were at the top of the charts with Blowing in the Wind.
And heartthrobs, Liz Taylor and Richard Burton were on the big screen, starring in Cleopatra.
You have conditions for total surrender.
In fact, femme fatales were all over the headlines.
Canada's biggest story of the year centered around a woman who's not even a Canadian. And Norman, was she really such a devastating femme fatale?
Milton, when I first met her, she was wearing the falsest pair of false eyelashes I've ever seen. She had a spectacular run down her right stocking. But she was fatale for several people.
On the campus of the University of Manitoba, word had spread about a hot new tropical babe, a heartbreaker from Burma.
One with a full scholarship, an ivory complexion, and eye-popping curves to boot.
Miss Cora and Len. Smart, focused, a high achiever.
She'd come to brave the frigid winters of Manitoba with a single purpose in mind, to get her master's degree in economics.
Then she planned to go back to her beloved family, start a high-powered career, and marry her fiancé-in-waiting, Edmund.
One cold Christmas, a kindly professor invited a number of lonely foreign students over for the real Canadian Christmas dinner. Turkey, potato, the works.
They picked Cora up first. Despite the chilling 30-below temperature, she wore one of her usual exotic outfits, a figure-hugging, thin cotton sarong and a beehive updo.
The car swung by to pick up Len next, and when he climbed in, of course he was carrying with him a copy of The History of Jewish Thought, he was stunned.
Dazed by this vision of ladylike loveliness, he was, if you can believe it, tongue-tied.
Tongue-tied? He didn't say anything to her all evening, safely keeping his mouth full of white meat and cranberry sauce. Len, of all people, tongue-tied.
Can't imagine it. Maybe he was allergic to her hairspray.
He stumbled home, forgetting his Jewish philosophy book at the party, knowing that he'd found a new book to study, the Cora syllabus. He was bewitched.
Now a little about Len. Len had come to the University of Manitoba to get a master's degree in political science. He'd grown up in Malaysia, big tin mining family, studied in Taiwan, and had landed in Canada. He was ready to change the world, and now he was ready to change Cora's carefully made plan.
Len was charming, intellectual, high-minded. He talked the talk, walked the walk, and when he did both really quickly, he was a force to be reckoned with.
Plus, he was a good dancer.
He was a good dancer.
He was. He still is.
Yeah. Over the next 3 years, they became friends, hanging out with the other foreign students on campus, sharing tea and oranges, studying hard, and settling basically into the Canadian life.
And somewhere along the way, Cora started having second thoughts about that fiancé. What's his name?
Ooh, what's his name? Burma was far away, and she missed her family so much. Getting a master's degree was hard work.
No kidding.
These things take time.
Back home, things were changing fast. Her fiancé, desperately in love, was becoming impatient with her academic pursuits. After all, these goals were the only thing standing between him and the love of his life, or so he thought.
So while Edmund was losing it, the Burmese military government was solidifying control over its people.
And worse yet, her father's silk weaving business was about to be nationalized by the government, and Burma was becoming more and more isolated from the world.
Her future in Burma didn't look so hot anymore.
Back on the prairies, Len tried hard to melt Cora's heart.
He called, he danced, he wrote, he swooned.
He pulled out all the stops.
He was witty.
He was worldly.
He had the gift of the gab.
Born in the year of the pig, Len was nothing if not capable of a loud squeal.
Cora had never thought that the sound of one man's voice could drown out the cries of a nation, but well, you all know what happened. Eventually she fell for him, fell for it, fell hard, and then didn't want to get up.
Was it the Brill cream? Well, maybe not. So while the falling snow cushioned their budding romance, Edmund sat in the tropical heat, sweated and cried, heartbroken.
He wrote letters of adoration, protesting for Cora to reconsider, but to no avail.
Born in the year of the ox, Cora was strong, she was stubborn.
Yeah, where do you think we got it from? Thanks a lot, Mom.
She stood up to his pressure and his pleas.
But she was also a good and filial Chinese daughter.
Ah, her Achilles heel.
She'd always obeyed her parents.
Except for those co-ed badminton games.
The firstborn, the model daughter.
What are you saying here exactly about firstborns? Cora really cared what her beloved parents thought.
Did they approve of the big switcheroo?
Did her mentor, her father, think she should stay in cold, cold Canada or go back to hot, hot Burma?
Well, she sent word back home.
She asked for guidance.
She hoped for their blessing.
She waited for a sign.
Then she waited some more.
The wedding date was set, May 28, 1966.
She grew anxious.
She wavered.
She worried.
Then, the first telegram arrived.
Congratulations, stay and marry Len. Burma is dying. Your future is not here. We approve. Love, parents.
She cried tears of relief.
She gave the go-ahead for the wedding shower to go ahead.
Then, the next week, another telegram arrived. This one was different.
Come back. Do not marry. Fly via Hong Kong. We will meet you there. Do not marry.
Cora was in crisis. Why had they changed their minds?
What was going on?
The very next day, a third telegram arrived.
Oh, by now, Cora had set up her bed right by the front door of her Macmillan Avenue apartment, ready, day and night, to receive those skinny envelopes.
And Len was apoplectic.
It read, Marry Len, stay in Canada. You have our blessings. Love, Mom and Dad.
So, I guess that was it.
She didn't know why they were torturing her with her yes, no's, but there it was, their full blessing.
May 28th arrived.
She was happy.
He was relieved.
Love is nature's way of giving a reason to be living. Golden crown that makes a man a king. Lovers kissed and the world stood still. Then your fingers touched my silent heart and taught it how to sing. Yes, true love's a many splendid thing. And the world stood still. Then your fingers touched my silent heart and taught it how to sing. Yes, true love, a many
turns out that the no, don't marry telegram was sent by Edmund, her jealous and former fiancé.
He was pretending to be her parents.
It also turns out that a fourth telegram arrived on their wedding day, on the actual day.
The bride and bridesmaids were at another apartment getting ready, so Dad and the groomsmen were at Cora's apartment when the telegram arrived.
Dad just put the fourth and last telegram in his pocket, didn't open it, and waited until after the ceremony and legal registry to give it to her.
What did the telegram say?
It said, Edmund sent telegram pretending to be us. We are your parents. Marry Len. Stay in Canada. Love, Dad and Mom.
Well, the rest is history. Starting a family, you first.
Me first.
Always you first. By the time I was born, they were so sick of shooting home movies on Super 8, there's absolutely no footage of me.
Oh, it sucks to be last.
Mom's mom, Grandma, Aunt Susie, and Aunt Lily were the last to escape from Burma, came to Manitoba, and became a close part of our lives.
Len and Cora both became high school teachers and settled into prairie life in Winnipeg.
They also got really obsessed with creating a hardcore community of Chinese-Canadian friends.
I guess they hoped we'd be fluent in Mandarin. 你吃了吗?
再见,谢谢,晚安.
2年.
There were all those long road trips every summer.
Oh, and those painful family portraits at the bay.
Look at us, oh my God. And then there was that time when Dad forgot us at a highway gas station in Colorado.
Oh, we can't let him live that one down.
We both graduated, grew up, moved far away.
But, we come back at Christmas, right?
Yeah, I guess, that's the least we could do.
Well, then they retired and they went back to China to teach English.
Isn't that something university students do?
I guess they just haven't lost that idealism and sense of global adventure that they had when they first met at the University of Manitoba.
Well, it's been 40 years of that now.
Amazing.
Really amazing. Happy 40th anniversary, Mom and Dad.